Have you met salespeople who wanted to decrease prices or were asking for higher discounts and rebates to make better sales? Or have you experienced that once you have a negative sales variance and salespeople do not meet their sales budget, they're complaining about too high prices in the market? I have. This is the reason why I use a tool which I want to share with you now to address these issues and very often to shorten discussion or even stop the discussion about lower prices or more discounts. All what you need is to know what is my price, let's assume it's 40, and what is the contribution of the product we are talking about, contribution. If it were, let's assume 20, and we had a volume, actual volume of 400, this means that we generate for this very moment a total of 8,000 euros of a contribution. Contribution total. Now let's assume that our sales manager is asking for lower prices or a discount of 10%, which would mean that the selling price would drop to 36. So we lose 4 euros on contribution, ending up having a contribution of 16. What we want to know is by how much would we have to increase the volume now to compensate this additional discount. So this is where we want to defend the same 8,000, ISO, the equal same 8,000. We want to see here again, well actually we would like to see more, but minimum requirement to say we have achieved the same contribution. So this means that we would have to divide the 8,000 by the 16 per unit. And the result leads, in my calculation, to 500 units, which is pretty amazing because this means that we would need additional 25% to sell to compensate the discount. And this is the type of transparency we need to show to our salespeople. And as I said, very often this is shortening the discussion fast. If you can address them and say, well, minus 10% means that you have to come up minimum with an additional 25% of value. We prepared this idea in a discount table where you can easily look up what is the volume effect depending on different discounts. Have a look here. We find the same 25 here. If you had in this column, in this category of contribution, which is 50% here, so as in my example, the contribution 20 were 50% of the selling price. We are now looking up in the lines here, in the lines. So in the line, what is the discount we want to give, which is 10% in this example. And the cell would give you the 25% compensation in volume as an information. So depending on the category of the product, the contribution category, depending on the discount you give, this table will immediately tell you what is the additional volume you need to compensate. And my recommendation in particular is that you have this on the back side of your business card. So whenever sales is coming up, you pull out the business card and on the back side you have this table and you can just easily look up what was the discount given, what is the category of contribution, and you address the sales manager with, yes, we can if you can sell in addition, well in my example, more than 25%.